Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skyazrael.com. Let's talk a little bit about validation. I've talked about this many times before, and every time I revisit a topic, I like to hit it from a slightly different angle, hit a different spot. Our validation is tied to our self-worth. We look at acceptance from others as something important. We're group thinkers by nature. Our species is a social species, and we join groups. We have tribes, clans, family structures. We have various forms of groups, and we always have. And we do a form of self-regulation, a form of conformity. We literally, willingly give up some of our individuality in order to conform to a group, in order to be accepted by that group and get along, in order to survive. This is all survival tactics. So we look at acceptance as important. We want to be accepted by groups because we tie it into survival. If you're not accepted by a group, you could be an outcast. We talk about outcasts. I felt like an outcast, unaccepted by groups, and when you feel like an outcast, your survival feels harder. Outcasts always feel like that they have a harder survival than people that are part of the groups. The popular kids at high school, they loved high school. They go to the reunion. They reminisce about their days on the football team, or the girlfriend that they had, or all the fun they had, or their favorite teacher, or whatever. And then the unpopular people, for the most part, look at high school as a 4-year torture. It was awful. It was terrible. We tie in validation to our self-worth unnecessarily, I think. I've been trying to get on this trip about not needing and not wanting validation. It's okay to be a part of a group. It's okay to be oriented towards keeping the group unity together, which may mean having a good understanding of your own behavior and the behavior of others, and how we come together and play together and share. Communities share. Part of that sharing is I listen to your whining and complaining in a relationship. You can say, oh, my day was awful. And you come in and you throw your stuff down and you go for a 45-minute tirade about your day and your work and all the assholes there. I'll listen to that, baby. I'll listen to that shit. Sit here and just be like, oh, that sucks. But I gotta have my time too, right? This is part of validation, part of the equality within relationships is we validate each other. You listen to me, I listen to you. If I don't feel heard, if I don't feel listened to, then I feel like that someone isn't accepting me. They're not giving me reciprocity. They're not loving me properly. They don't value my self-worth. In fact, their actions may be intentionally or unintentionally bringing down my self-worth. So we tie self-worth to validation. And we tie status to validation in a weird way, to where we look at other people's validation. We look how validated other people are, how accepted other people are. And we have this perceived sense of status. It's not really there. We put it there. And we give people status. We put them higher than us if they're more popular than us, if they have more followers, if their videos get more likes. I was feeling this way a week or two ago and realized that most of my videos don't really get much views. Maybe I'll get 50, 60 views total on a video. You go look at any other video on YouTube, dumb shit, stuff that's just so ridiculous, meaningless, stupid, idiotic, will have 500, 600,000 likes. And I was thinking, well, you know, what's the point of this? What do I even do these stupid videos for? And I had to slap myself out of it and realize, well, what this is implying, what I'm sitting here implying to myself is that I'm doing the videos for validation. I'm not making these videos for likes. And I told myself, don't make these videos for likes. Don't make these videos for validation. I'm not making these videos to become a YouTuber or an influencer. I have a job. Because when you start thinking about it in that way, about the content that I'm creating, my creativity, it hinges upon your liking of it. Then you start to hold yourself back from your own greatness. You start to tell yourself, well, it's not worth creating that painting or making that video or singing that song. None of it's worth it. Creativity isn't worth it. Self-expression isn't worth it. Letting myself just really go and showing the world who I am raw inside, that's not worth it because people may not like it. People may not give me the response that I need, so I'm not going to do that. And this all comes from looking at others and tying your self-worth into this game of popularity, of status. The more people that you have that are staring at you, the more status you have. It goes a step further. There's an extreme step to this of validation, where we validate in a sick way. We validate wealth. I'm not against money or capitalism. I've been self-employed, not an employee. I've been self-employed as a boss since 1992. Yeah, since 92 is when I started my first company. That's a long time. I mean, I don't have a calculator in front of me, but that's got to be more than 5 or 6 years. It's a long time. And I like money. I got a nice house with a pool, and I got vehicles, and you know, I waste money like other people do. But wealth means nothing. I've been homeless twice in my life. You can take everything I got, I am not gonna cry. I don't need none of this shit. None of the stuff I have makes me up of who I am. I don't worship the items that I have. They're just tools to me. And a lot of people worship wealth. And when they see another man that has stuff that they fantasize about, because a lot of people are lost in consumerism like it's a drug, like it's a disease, like they have this problem. They just can't get enough. They turn buying things into a vice instead of, you're not just buying tools to help yourself go along a path or to help yourself finish a project. You're buying stuff because it makes you feel good. Why do you want that Lamborghini? Because of the feeling that you get. That's bitch shit, pussy shit, weakness if you ask me. But hey, whatever. And there's a lot of people that worship wealth. And the way that you can tell a motherfucker who worships wealth is when they start thinking that wealthy people are better than them, or smarter than them. You ever heard that one? And people say, oh, he must know something because he's got all that money. What makes you think that smart people and having money are in the same thing? There's lots of dumb motherfuckers out there who have millions and millions and millions of dollars. Millions of dollars, and they're dumb as shit with low IQs. They don't know fucking nothing. A lot of you just don't understand it. I've already lost some of you. You don't get it. You worship wealth. And you even take it a step further where you don't just worship businessmen like Elon Musk. You think he's so great. You worship your favorite billionaire. But you have your list of celebrities that you think are more beautiful than average people because you don't understand makeup and camera angles and Photoshop and filters. You really don't get it. You think those chicks look like that. There's a whole documentary which is fascinating to watch about porn stars and the makeup process that they go through before they get fucked on camera. They sit for 3 hours, 4 hours. doing makeup. And you can see the transformation of your favorite porn chick. And a lot of you guys just think these porn chicks are the hottest chicks in the world. You see what they look like before they go through their makeup. You see what they look like when they're at the store. It's some average chick. It's the same with celebrities, but you guys worship celebrities. A lot of you do. Oh, I think that most people are sophisticated enough to kind of toss celebrity worship aside. It's not true. You look at any kind of Taylor Swift concert. I'm not trying to bash her as a creative artist. Maybe she's talented. I don't know. I don't listen to her. I'm not sure if I've ever heard one of her songs because I don't listen to that radio station. But she packs stadiums with hundreds of thousands of people. And I've seen footage of her concerts, and she has a bunch of zombie-like little minions, little girls who are all fantasizing about her, worshiping her. It's the same. I watched about 5 minutes of the Grammys and had to turn it off. It's disgusting. The people in the crowd, they like that shit. It's one thing you get a bunch of weirdos who are making poor content, dancing around like fools, barely knowing how to dance, singing through auto-tunes and still not knowing how to sing. Whatever. That kind of shit's been around. Untalented motherfuckers have been around forever. You see the audience. The audience is what freaks me out. These people that are just eating it up. It's so weird. I've been trying to tell myself, and I'll end it here, that I don't need validation. So when I start to feel lonely, I tell myself, I don't need validation. When I start to feel needy with your likes on my videos and question whether I should even be making these things, I tell myself, I don't need your validation. I'm not doing this for you. I do this for me. Same with my books. I've written 3 books. I had to think about it for a minute. I'm on the 4th one. Just finished my self-help book. It's done. It's edited. It's done. Now it's time to get it printed, get it published. It's expensive. If nobody ever reads those things, maybe 2 or 3 of you might read them. If nobody really reads them, was it a waste? It took me years. I've been writing these books every night for years. Is it a waste? Who are you doing it for is what I have to ask my question. Am I doing it for you and your validation, or am I doing it for myself because I love to write? Because I have to write. Some of you get it, some of you don't. It's all food for thought. Thanks for watching.